Check, 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 mic check, 1, 2. Hey, hey, hey. Good morning. Testing the podium microphone. Check, check. Let's see if we can hear on the live stream. How's everyone doing today? We sound good? Cool. Perfect. All right.
Military Spouse of the Year. cards, but they bring them and sit them down themselves. So, yeah.
That's the light shots of
There's more than that. So, the back row, and then a couple here and there. But most of the cards have the cards there.
Yeah.
This one over at Christmas City, I think.
Well, I'm changing up my hold on. Yeah, because I just bought my battery in. Let me all right.
Yes. Jared?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry.
Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. All right, we good.
you for joining us today. Please make your way to your seats. The program is getting started in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us today. Please make your way to your seats. The program is starting in just a few minutes. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Please make your way to your seats. The program is getting started. Please make your way to your seats. The program is getting started.
Now that everyone has been seated, please rise for the presentation of colors and the national anthem sung by country music performing artist Sam Banks with an invocation given by Chaplain Lieutenant Colonel Charles Gilbertson.
By the dawn's early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly leaning, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, saved us that star-spangled banner yet waving, for the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Let's pray. Almighty God, Lord, I thank you today for your great benevolence to us, demonstrated in the example of true servant leadership personified in Jesus, who, facing betrayal and death, set aside time to wash the feet of his disciples. And Lord, I praise you for the incredible community of military spouses represented in this gathering today, and for the spirit of service that they embody. May you continue to strengthen them and their families and the communities they serve, and may your blessings in the truth both abound and flourish. Amen.
Everyone can please be seated now. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, senior military leaders and distinguished guests. A very special thank you to our guests representing the Joint Chiefs, Mrs. Mary Mahoney, spouse of Vice Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and Senior Enlisted Advisor to the Chairman, David Isom, and his wife, Mrs. Lisa Isom. Welcome. I'm Lori Simmons, and this is the 2026 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year Awards Luncheon and Ceremony. In the interest of time, please start enjoying your meal as we continue with the program. I'd like to take a moment to recognize the steadfast support of our military leaders. Your presence here today reflects the value on vital contributions of military spouses. With sincere appreciation, on behalf of our entire AFI MSOY community, thank you. This week has been energizing, meaningful, and full of genuine connection. It's also been a powerful reminder what is possible when this community comes together with purpose. We hosted a group of senior spouses on a panel yesterday where they shared lessons learned and provided excellent guidance to our community. It was a huge hit, and we appreciate them taking time out of their very busy schedule. We couldn't have done this week without the support of our incredible town hall sponsors. Our gold level sponsor, Gallagher Re, bronze level sponsors, ID Me, Blue Cross and Blue Shield, and New Res, as well as several supporting partners like Giant Foods, Plus One Heroes. Because of your commitment to the military spouse community, we have been able to host incredible events to more fully support and celebrate our spouses of the year. I would be remiss if I didn't recognize the hard work and support of the Wise Advice team, She Spark Media, and the internal AFI MSOY team. You make this week look very easy, and we all know that that couldn't be farther from the truth, so thank you. And I have to let everybody know my husband, Rob, is here this year. Many of you know him. He knows a lot of you. Just picking up the last, since 2008 was when this program was established. So this is the first time that he's been able to come. So thank you, honey. As many of you know, we are continuing to build an important evolution of this program. The Military Spouse of the Year now operates under the National Military Community Foundation. It is a not-for-profit, and it allows us to expand our impact for greater advocacy, collaboration, and resources that directly support our military spouses. We are also very proud that Armed Forces Insurance continues to stand with us as our title sponsor, making it possible to celebrate and elevate the incredible military spouses that are making a difference around the globe. Spouses of the Year, your impact has not gone unnoticed. You were nominated by those lives that you have touched, and you were selected because of the meaningful and lasting difference that you've made. Within this group are leaders who are not waiting for change, they're creating it. You are building connections, strengthening communities, and bringing people together in ways that truly matter. For generations, military spouses have been a constant, steady force behind our nation's military. It is a role defined by dedication, but also one that comes with real sacrifice, hardship, and often unforeseen challenges. Many of you have stepped forward to bring visibility to these realities, advocating for issues such as military spouse employment, PCS-related challenges, mental health support, infertility, EFMP services, and many more. And because of that leadership, meaningful change is happening. Would all of our 2026 Spouses of the Year please stand to be recognized? Thank you for all that you do every single day. You are certainly a force to be reckoned with. Please, everyone, continue to enjoy your meal, and we will continue the program shortly.
The Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year Award was founded in...
While you continue eating, please turn your attention to the screen. We were going to present a video highlighting the history and the many accomplishments of this extraordinary community.
2008 to honor military spouses from all branches of service. More than 1 million military spouses support and maintain the home front while our service members defend this great nation. The AFI MSOY program recognizes the spouses who go above and beyond to better our communities, our military families, and our world. Since the inception of the AFI MSOY program, we've continued to look for opportunities to grow to better support our spouses. In 2009, we added a Spouse of the Year for each branch of service. In 2013, we added an installation level to the award, ensuring that each and every base, district, and state has a representative. In 2019, Armed Forces Insurance transitioned from longtime title sponsor to program owner and introduced the AFI MSOY Marilee Considine Pursue Scholarship. In 2022, we added a Spouse of the Year for Space Force. In 2024, the AFI MSOY program became an activity of the National Military Community Foundation. The National Military Community Foundation is a not-for-profit organization that serves and supports veterans, military spouses, and their families through recognition of their accomplishments and advocacies. The foundation also offers education opportunities to veterans and their families to help them make informed decisions on their insurance needs and other financial choices. In 2025, we expanded Coast Guard installations from districts to sectors. The AFI MSOY program continues to evolve, but at the heart of the program has always been and will always be the service of the spouses we recognize. Together, we've tackled food insecurity and homelessness, championed spouse employment and entrepreneurship, honored our fallen, and celebrated those serving. We've lobbied Congress, ran for office, and impacted global policy in support of endless advocacies. We've built companies stemming economic impact and started nonprofits to champion those without a voice. We've done big things impacting the lives of thousands and little things that truly saved lives. Together, we inspired over 1 million acts of kindness. The AFI MSOY program is more than an award. It's a calling to continue to show up for one another, for our service members, and for ourselves. It's a reminder that we can be the tiny ripple that starts a tidal wave. Being part of the AFI MSOY program means you are now family, and that family is stronger and better with you here. Congratulations to all of this year's Armed Forces Insurance Spouses of the Year.
We will also be sharing a collection of photos that showcase the strength, beauty, and spirit of our community. Please continue enjoying your lunch as you watch. Okay, we're ready to get back to the program. Speaking of advocacy, I encourage you to look at the program that you have at your seat, where you will find the bios of our 2026 branch winners. Each of these remarkable individuals has been recognized for meaningful work that they are doing in their communities. Through a national voting process, they were selected to represent the 7 branches of the military. This afternoon, we take that celebration one step further as we announce the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year, a moment that we've all been looking forward to. As a reminder, there are 5 judging categories for this prestigious title: involvement, community building, communication, compelling story, and most importantly, leadership. Leadership stands above the rest for one reason. You, the AFI Spouses of the Year, are helping carry this community forward. You are shaping what comes next. You are influencing the experience of future military spouses and families through the work that you are doing. Because of your leadership, military communities of tomorrow will be stronger, more connected, and more compassionate. We are proud and confident knowing that the future is in your hands. Thank you for being an incredible part of this week. Now, it is my pleasure to introduce Lieutenant General Retired Sid Clarke, United States Air Force Chairman for the Board of Armed Forces Insurance. Lieutenant General Clarke has served as Chairman for the Board of Armed Forces Insurance since 2017. Prior to his retirement from the Air Force, he served as Director of the Air National Guard at the Pentagon here in Washington, where he was responsible for formulating, developing, and coordinating policies, plans, and programs affecting more than 105,000 Guard members and civilians across the United States and its territories. Please join me in welcoming General Clarke.
Hey, y'all, no bigger supporter of military spouses than Lori Simmons. If somebody is a bigger supporter of the military spouse community more than Lori, I haven't met them yet. I hope I do, but I don't think they will. So, thank you, Lori. Thanks for all of you being here, senior leaders, all military, the spouses. I mean, it's a fantastic event, and I'm glad you're here. And a thank you to our sponsors also out there. So I'm going to do something a little different this time. By the way, the words I'm about to give you are they're supported by my spouse, Rebecca, who's unfortunately not here with us right now, and my father-in-law, Mike, 87 years old, still doing good, retired colonel from the Army. So 41 years ago, I wrote a letter to my future father-in-law asking for his blessing before I proposed to my wife, Rebecca. I had to write a letter because my father-in-law was a battalion commander on the DMZ in Korea. In 1985, there was no email. Telephone service was difficult and unreliable. My father-in-law served 3 years in the Navy, 31 years in the Army, and I was a young lieutenant writing to an Army colonel I had never spoken to or met. Mike's response was warm, genuine, heartfelt, and full of great advice regarding military spouses. He had a superb example in his own wife, Lois, who introduced him to his first 3 children when they are each about a year old. Now let that sink in a minute, that last sentence. My wife, Rebecca, was a newborn when he left for Korea in 1961. His second daughter was only a few weeks old when he left for his first tour in Vietnam. His third daughter was only 3 days old for his second tour in Vietnam. Rebecca thinks they had a fourth daughter just so her dad could finally get to experience middle-of-the-night feedings and Lois could get some rest. This 1985 assignment to Korea was accompanied, so while Mike was on the DMZ, Lois and the 3 younger daughters were able to live in Seoul. Rebecca was teaching school near Myrtle Beach Air Force Base and had been left in care of her dad's vintage truck, which she knew nothing about. But she managed to meet a young fighter pilot who loved old trucks and cute girls. My wife loves it when I tell the story this way. The letter I wrote to Mike is long gone, but Rebecca saved the letter her dad wrote back to me, and now I'll read it to you. Sid, there's no good reason for not answering your letter sooner unless subconsciously I resent the fact that you have my pickup truck and have won the affection of my daughter. These are two of my most prized possessions. Actually, Sid, it pleases the hell out of me that you are taking care of my truck. It was, it's kind of humorous now, but it wasn't so funny to my fiance at the time, and I appreciate it. That old truck is part of my character, and if you like it, drive it, then you must have a character that I would like and admire. Another thing that I probably like about you is your judgment of good quality feminine character. Becky Weaver is a precious girl. She is kind, considerate, compassionate, understanding, and loving. She is also a very unselfish gal with a heart of gold. You should be warned, however, that she is temperamental at times, has been known to have occasional childish lapses of maturity, will buy clothes that she can't afford, and love shoes that she doesn't need, and is not very good at saving money for the future. She is acutely aware of these latter faults, having been told about them on numerous occasions by her father. Therefore, she has probably chosen someone, you, to complement her long list of admirable qualities and help correct those minor little things that are less than admirable. She is a super girl. She has brought a lot of happiness into our lives. You have made a wise choice. Congratulations, you have my consent and blessing. He goes on, I have been in the military for a long time, 2/3 of my life, in fact. I have an attitude towards society that is reflective of my background. I'm telling you this as a prelude to telling you how I feel about marrying an Air Force officer. First of all, life in the military is very demanding for a military wife. The military wife has to be a special person, willing to make the sacrifices associated with the no-roots type of life. In the Army, we go off on exciting type of ventures. We take risks, but there's something about it that causes us to like it. And while we are doing this, our families wait. We have had 6 years of family separation. I hope it might be a little easier being an Air Force wife. I hope she does not have to cope with all the hardships that her mother saw. In short, I am pleased that she is marrying a military officer, and I am pleased that you're in the Air Force. I, of course, prefer the Army. Tell Becky I love her, and I've been thinking of her, but I am only good for 1 letter a month. My mother-in-law was a hero. And I think there are many heroes in this room, and I admire it, and I appreciate you. And thank you for being here.
Thank you, General Clarke. That was awesome that you shared that with everyone. Okay, on with the program here. Now turn your attention to the screens again to learn more about the Merrily Considine Pursue Scholarship Program.
Mary Lee on the first day of my chemo treatment back in 2013. She was asked by a fellow military spouse to come visit me as she was a breast cancer survivor. Mary Lee was my angel on many of my darkest days during treatments, multiple surgeries, and setbacks. Mary Lee had a positive outlook on everything in life. She was the shining star in the lives of many. She dedicated her time to military families during deployments, helping new military spouses learn the ropes, visited with those that were in the hospital, and she even coordinated big fundraisers to help find a cure for breast cancer. She wanted each of us to keep giving back and to live life to the fullest. Mary Lee Heather Considine passed on February 10, 2019 at at the young age of 41 after a courageous fight with breast cancer for 8 years. We love, love, love you always. Mary Lee.
The purpose of this award is to provide support for spouses seeking non-traditional personal and professional growth events. This year, we received numerous scholarship applications. As I announce your name, please come forward to receive your certificate. The recipients of this year's scholarships are River Lopez, the 2026 AFI Joint Base Lewis McCord Spouse of the Year. Marianne Nisley, the 2026 AFI Marine Corps Air Station Beaufort Spouse of the Year. Sierra Pena, 2026 AFI Naval Air Station Key West Spouse of the Year. Rachel Smith, 2025 and 2026 AFI Joint Base Langley Eustis Spouse of the Year. And Brittany Stevenson, 2026 AFI Marine Corps Base Camp Lejeune Spouse of the Year. Congratulations. All right. Now it is my pleasure to introduce the 2026 branch winners. As your name is called, we invite you to join us on stage, accompanied by your senior leadership. Isabel Schmidt, the 2026 AFI Army Spouse of the Year. Joining her is Mrs. Kimberly Weimer, spouse of Sergeant Major of the Army, who will be presenting her with her medallion. AFI Army Spouse of the Year for 2025, Vince Afeason, will introduce Isabel.
Isabel G. Schmidt is an Army spouse, entrepreneur, and advocate whose journey has been defined by resilience, service, and a deep commitment to military families. She met her husband Peter during a convoy in Iraq in 2004, a chance encounter that grew into a partnership rooted in love and teamwork. Since marrying in 2006, she has navigated 13 PCS moves, long separations, and the constant change of military life, experiences that shaped her dedication to supporting spouses as they rebuild careers, find stability, and adapt to new communities. A mother of two thriving teenagers, one a rower at Temple University and the other a championship-level high school track athlete, Isabel has spent her military spouse journey serving as a family support leader, youth coach, Scouts leader, and career mentor. She co-founded Loxa Mill Moves, a military spouse and veteran-owned moving company, improving the PCS experience while creating portable employment for spouses to expand economic opportunity. She also serves on the Hiring Our Heroes board in South Korea, helping spouses access remote work opportunities overseas.
Shelby Bateman, 2026 AFI Marine Corps Spouse of the Year. Joining her is Commanding General with the Training and Education Command, Lieutenant General Benjamin Watson and Mrs. Emily Watson, who will be presenting Shelby with her medallion. 2025 AFI Marine Corps Spouse of the Year, Brittany Contreras, will introduce Shelby.
Shelby is a Marine Corps spouse and community leader whose journey, beginning in 2008 as a teenage relationship that grew into a life shaped by service, has been defined by resilience, growth, and a deep commitment to connection. From deployments to the intensity of the drill field and moves across New York, California, Camp Lejeune, and now Paris Island, she has learned to rebuild community, navigate uncertainty, and remain steady through long stretches of no contact. A pivotal moment came in 2022 at the Camp Lejeune Leadership Seminar, which shifted her perspective from supporting quietly to stepping confidently into leadership and recognizing her place at the table. After working through a challenging postpartum season, Shelby embraced leadership with renewed purpose. She has served as a family readiness assistant and command team advisor, strengthening communication and morale between families and leadership. And she now facilitates spouse groups and initiatives across Paris Island. Her servant-hearted approach, rooted in listening, encouragement, and helping others recognize their worth, continues to shape welcoming, connected spaces for military spouses. Congratulations. Pictures. Awesome. Next, Meg Graves, the 2026 AFI Navy Spouse of the Year. Joining her is the Senior Enlisted Leader to the Vice Chief of Naval Operations, Fleet Master Chief Trenton Schmidt, who will be presenting Meg with her medallion. The 2025 AFI Navy Spouse of the Year, Jennifer Barnhill, will introduce Meg.
Chosen a dress that was easier to walk in. Okay. Meg Graves is a Navy spouse, advocate, and leader whose work is shaped by resilience, empathy, and lived experience. What began at 24 with a reconnection over hot wings grew into a life of service as her husband, Dan, transitioned into the Navy. Since then, her family has moved across the East Coast, Nebraska, and the Pacific Northwest, navigating 7 PCS moves, deployments, and the complexities of raising 3 children, including 2 with special needs. Their most challenging season came during Meg's diagnosis with stage 3C triple-negative breast cancer, a period that strengthened her belief that the military families don't just endure hardship, they adapt, grow, and continue showing up for one another. As the mother of 2 exceptional family members and a cancer survivor, Meg brings a deep understanding of the barriers families face in healthcare, education, and transition. She serves on the Volunteer Advisory Board for the Military Family Advisory Network, contributes as an EFMP special education subject matter expert for Partners in Promise, and supports system-level work through the DoD Child Collaboration Study and the Patient and Family Partnership Council at the Naval Health Clinic, Oak Harbor. Her previous service as an ombudsman and key spouse reflects her ongoing commitment to closing gaps between families and leadership.
Lindsay Akers, the 2026 AFI Air Force Spouse of the Year. Joining Lindsay are the Vice Chief of Staff of the Air Force, General John Lamontagne, and Mrs. Becky Lamontagne. The 25 Air Force Spouse of the Year, Sean Beal, will introduce Lindsay.
As the team questions whether I'm not going off script or not. Lindsay Akers is an Air Force spouse, entrepreneur, advocate whose journey has shaped by purpose, resilience, and commitment to improving quality of life for military families, as well as my own. She began dating her now husband in 2009 while stationed near her college, and together they navigated deployments, TDYs, and early demands of military life before settling into 9 years assignment at Joint Base Andrews. Her career spans Capitol Hill, a national military nonprofit, and the corporate sector, and becoming a mother in 2019, deepening her understanding of the challenges surrounding childcare, career continuity, and spouse employment. Now a mother of 2 and a founder of CEO of Akers & Company, Lindsay employs military spouses, veteran entrepreneurs through strategic communications, media visibility, and brand development. Along with coaching program that supports flexibility, sustained career, she previously served on focusing and founding the chair of the United Forces and Families Task Force with the Air and Space Force Association, advancing initiatives focused on childcare, employment, healthcare, housing, and education. That work reflects her belief in the military spouses deserve opportunity and support in every season of life.
Cassandra Kidd, the 2026 AFI Space Force Spouse of the Year. Joining Cassandra are Vice Chief of Space Operations, General Sean Bratton and Mrs. Barbara Bratton, who will be presenting Cassandra with her medal. And our 2025 Space Force spouse is overseas now in Europe, doing great things to help military families with the USO, so I'll be reading Cassandra's bio for her. Cassandra Kidd is a military spouse and community advocate who leads with empathy, connection, and lived experience. After meeting her wife at a pre-deployment barbecue 6 years ago, she's navigated 3 assignments, 2 promotions, and long separations, learning that connection doesn't always require proximity. Her earlier years as an Army spouse, marked by isolation and divorce, now fuel her commitment to ensuring other spouses feel supported, seen, and connected. Cassandra approaches military life with intentional communication and flexibility. She extends that same steadiness to the broad community as the primary support contact for families of the 328th and as the elected Chief Outreach Officer for Nellis Area Charitable Association, supporting programs like Airman's Attic and Cinderella's Closet. Professionally, she works with families of children on the autism spectrum, helping them access essential services and support. Next, we have Najiba Gassel, the 2026 AFI Coast Guard Spouse of the Year. Joining her are the Commandant of the United States Coast Guard, Admiral Kevin Lundy, and Mrs. Linda Lee Lundy, who will be presenting Najiba with her medallion. The 2025 AFI Military Spouse of the Year Jamie Billert will be introducing Najiba.
Naji is a Coast Guard spouse and advocate who leads with empathy, intention, and a deep commitment to building connection. She met her husband during their first week at George Mason University, and over more than a decade together, they have grown through school, early careers, long-distance seasons, marriage, and parenthood. Their first PCS to Savannah became a defining moment. While excited to finally be together, she struggled to find work in the nonprofit field and build community. An experience that revealed how isolating military life can feel and how essential support networks truly are. Those early challenges shaped the way Naji now shows up for others. She found connection through her sorority's alumni chapter and the Coast Guard spouse community. And she is intentional about creating welcoming, supportive spaces for spouses facing transition. As a Baltimore area ombudsman, she supports 6 Coast Guard units by connecting families to information, resources, and encouragement, and she personally welcomes new spouses at each duty station. In her professional life, she co-leads an employee resource group for veterans and military families, extending her advocacy even further. Across all roles, she works to ensure military-connected individuals feel supported, seen, and empowered.
Nicole Gebhardt, the 2026 AFI National Guard Spouse of the Year. Joining Nicole is Director of Staff, the National Guard Bureau, Major General Christopher Jarrett, who will be presenting Nicole with her medallion. The 2025 National Guard Spouse of the Year, Hope Doppert, will introduce Nicole.
Nicole is a military spouse, advocate, and author whose work is rooted in vulnerability, resilience, and deep commitment to supporting military families through grief and recovery. Her advocacy began in the darkest chapter of her life after losing her son Samuel to SIDS, experiencing multiple miscarriages, and enduring years of spousal abuse and addiction. While pregnant with her 3rd child and raising 2 young children, she made the courageous decision to leave to protect her family. In rebuilding her life, she met her husband Jeff, whose steady support became a turning point. Nicole now creates safe, compassionate spaces for military families by starting pregnancy and infant loss support groups at every duty station, mentoring spouses through addiction recovery and domestic abuse, and sponsoring military spouses in Alcoholics Anonymous. Through speaking engagements, support groups, and 4 published books, she shares her story so others know they are not alone. Across 9 PCS moves, she has served in leadership and volunteer roles focused on connection and care, including as president of the Eielson Air Force Base Spouses Club, vice president and secretary of the National Guard Bureau's Spouses Club, and a committee member of the Military Officers Association of America Spouse Advisory Council. Her continued service as a key spouse and key support liaison reflects her unwavering mission to ensure military families feel seen, supported, and never alone.
Thank you to all of our military spouses for your service and sacrifice. And I just want to do another shout out. You just have no idea how much your presence means to this group of military spouses. We are so honored to have so many extraordinary spouses representing our senior military leadership in attendance today. Your dedication to military families is inspiring, and we are deeply grateful for your continued support. So thank you, thank you, thank you. And I want to remind everybody to tune in to CNN this afternoon between 3:30 and 4, and Good Morning America tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern Time to see the overall winner interviewed on national television. All right. Sid, you want to join me up here? Here we go. Jamie, would you like to join us up here to help with the reveal? Okay, wait for me. All right, the 2026 Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year is Shelby Bateman. Shelby, will you join us on stage? Girl? Okay, I got it now. Here you go.
Can you hear me? Yes. Oh, perfect. Okay.
Yeah, pull it down. There you go.
Okay, for those who don't know me, I am a crier. So sorry. Okay. Wow, what a surprise. First, I just want to praise God for allowing this journey to unfold. Standing here with this honor is just so surreal. I'd like to first take a moment to speak to each spouse who was nominated for the 2026 Military Spouse of the Year. Congratulations, and thank you for your work you do within our community. Recognition is always not given, so if you haven't heard it recently, you are amazing. The work you do, the advocacy you carry, and the way you show up, it was and still is seen and appreciated by so many. To the 2026 branch winners, thank you for being such an incredible supportive group of women. This was my first real look into this program, and I had a lot of questions stepping into something I didn't fully understand yet. Your patience, your willingness to answer every overthinking thought, and the way you welcomed me with open arms made it so much easier to step into the unknown. Because of you, this experience has been not only meaningful, but one I carry with me along after this moment. Lori, Armed Forces Insurance, and the entire AFI team behind the Military Spouse of the Year program, thank you for creating something that recognizes and highlights the impact military spouses are making every single day. More than that, thank you for making myself and my fellow branch winners feel so special. In a life where spouses are often the ones getting everything done from A to Z,
The way your team has taken care of us has been such a meaningful reminder that this program was built with purpose, to truly recognize and appreciate the military spouse community. To the military spouses, past, present, and future, thank you. Thank you for showing up, for stepping in, and for being there for one another. What you do matters, even when it goes unseen. So as we keep moving through this life, let's continue to lift each other up and make space for the spouse coming next. This moment is truly a testimony of what can happen when we choose to elevate each other. When we choose to be a helping hand to the spouses around us. Be the advocate for somebody. Be the support system. Be the spouse you wish you had during that hard season. I know I didn't get here alone. I am forever grateful for the people who chose to do that for me, who showed up, poured in, and reminded me that this community is capable of what happens when we come together. And last, but certainly not least, my husband. Thank you. Without you, I wouldn't be standing here. Thank you for not only bringing me into this community while cheering on my moto wife tendencies, but for supporting my heart to show up for others the way we once needed ourselves, and for always standing beside me as I walk in that purpose. I still can't believe I'm standing here, but I truly hope to continue supporting this community in a way that creates a ripple effect felt across the entire military spouse community. So here's to this year, where we continue to elevate, support, and uplift military spouses everywhere together.
Okay. Will all of the 2026 branch winners and their senior leadership please join us on stage for a group photo? And a last reminder, nominations for the 2027 season, get ready, will open in early December. So we hope to see all of you here again next May at the Armed Forces Insurance Military Spouse of the Year Awards Program.